Today we're featuring one of the most beautifully styled cars from General Motors at the beginning of the 1970s, the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Even today, their lines look very contemporary. Our feature car is a 1971 model that still retains its original paint, interior, and drivetrain and is now in the capable hands of its new owner. We'll let Dan Lorett fill you in on all the details. Now, let's go for a ride.
Hi, I'm Dan. I've got a 1971 Chevy Monte Carlo. It's a survivor car. I got it from a dealer, Sonif, in Denver. I've had it about 4 years, I believe. I noticed it because I like survivor cars, low mileage. It's original paint, original interior, numbers matching, drivetrain, and I am kind of drawn to Chevys. It's from my era. I started driving in 1970, but it's kind of an odd car too. Most of the Monte Carlos, that was to be a luxury sports coupe, not really a muscle car. They started out at about $3,400 new, but with all the options they put on them, a lot of them were over $5,000. This car is pretty much bare bones. I don't know why it was ordered the way it was. The only options I know on it are the halo vinyl top and the rally wheels and the door edge guards. It does not have a radio, does not have an air conditioner. In 71, power front disc brakes were standard, but not power steering. It does not have power steering. That was standard in 72. And the oddest part about it, they made 128,000 Monte Carlos in 1971, and 280 of them had a standard transmission on the column, 3 on the tree. So it's the only one of those I've ever seen. It's got 35,000 miles on it. The only things I've done to it are I did add a factory power steering to it, and the dash, which is basically an SS Chevelle dash. The clock was non-functional, so I put a tack in it. Of course, anything I've done can be reversed, but it's a good driver. It's easy to take care of. But the Chevelle was lengthened, the wheelbase was lengthened, and all of the extra length was put in the front. So the engine is still backed by the firewall, which gives it a better weight distribution, and when they lengthened the wheelbase, it then qualified it for NASCAR. And of course, Dale Earnhardt drove them, and I think that's why they continued making Monte Carlos as long as they did. The hood on it is the longest hood Chevy ever made, 6 feet long. There's a few things about the 70 through 72 Monte Carlo. They made that body style for 3 years. If you want to tell them apart, there's quite a few trim differences, quite a few little differences inside, but the easiest way is the 70 has the front parking lights in the bumper and they're round. 71, they're in the front bumper and they're rectangular. 72, they're in the grille. Also, the 71 is the only one with the hood ornament that sticks up. Another odd thing, there's an emblem on the front grille. And on 70 and 71, if you look at it real close, it's got Roman numerals on it that say either 1970 or 1971. It takes about 6 or 7 letters to say that in Roman numerals. 72 also has the emblem but does not have the Roman numerals. And on the 71 and 72, there's also an emblem back on the deck lid around the lock. So those are a few things you can look for if you want to spot them real quick. There's some other things, the grill and some trim things, but that's how you can easily tell one. Also, this car has the smallest engine which you can get in a Monte Carlo, which was a 350 two-barrel. And because it had that motor, it was not required to have a smog pump unless it was sold in California. So there's no smog pump. Of course, there's no catalytic converter. Those were 74, 75. And 71 is also the first year that they were built to be able to run on leaded or unleaded gas. So a little easier on your valve seats if they're made to be run on unleaded. So that's where I got the car. The guy I bought it from, dealer Sonif in Denver, he got a number of cars from a collection in Alabama. And that's as far back as I know the history, other than it was sold by a small dealership in a small town in Tennessee, McMinnville, Tennessee. He was a Chevy Cadillac dealer. So I don't know if the car was ordered by somebody or he just decided to order one that didn't have a lot of options on it. But it's kind of an odd car, and then being with the mileage and the condition, it was supposedly garage kept all his life. There's no signs of rust, even under the vinyl top. If you look underneath the car, very little surface rust, so I think that is accurate. I like the car. It starts, runs, goes every time. I wouldn't be afraid to drive it anywhere, and easy to maintain because it don't have much on it. And when you look under the hood, you could probably just about stand under there. I like white cars. So that kind of attracted me too. All my vehicles are white. They're easy to take care of, and especially on a Survivor car, that color holds up very well.
With the number of standard features and options that each manufacturer made available before the vehicles you can buy today, many unusual combinations were ordered, making nearly each car unique. Next week's feature car is one you guys will surely love. A 1968 Ford Torino GT with a big block engine, a 4-speed, and even air conditioning. Along with a story of being cared for by its owner for the past half-century, this car will blow your mind when you see the quality of the restoration. Both Dana and I hope you and your family have a very Merry Christmas and a joyous holiday season. See you next Sunday, and remember, please be careful out there.